Good evening and welcome back to the Clash. I'm Andy. So we're still working through Town Hall 2, but we are pretty much done now. So I did the two barracks in the time between our last episode, and I've just logged back on, and you can see that we also had our village attacked, and I've actually been attacked a couple of times now. Now you can see these little tombstones. If you click each of those, you get some elixir, which is always good. Right, so let's clear the mines and pumps, and that gives us 7,000 of both. Now, if we go up into here, we still got the barracks. Oh, we can go even further. Well, that's good. Okay, that gets us a goblin. So let's start that going. And we won't have enough money to do that, but what we can do is the cannons. Must be this one. Yeah. So this is going to be 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this episode in about 3 parts this evening. So I'm going to leave that going and come back to you in a moment once those updates are finished. Okay, and we're back. So, whilst we've been gone, cannon level 3, barracks level 4, so that's awesome. Now, if we go again up to the builder, what have we got left? So we've got the barracks of 5,000, and we've got a lot of wall pieces to do. Now, my view on walls, it's normally a really good idea to get them, as many of them done, if not ideally all of them, before you move up to the next level, because at that point your base isn't really sorted. So let's have a look at this. So again, barracks 5,000, we've got enough for that, so let's start that going. This is a nice thing about starting off with Clash of Clans, is that things don't take long, like an hour's, about the maximum we'll have on this at this point in the game until we do the town hall, which I think is 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. So, right, let's get that done. Now, let's do as many of these wall pieces as we can, and we can only go up to level 2, so it's going to take 25,000, which is a lot considering we've only got 3,000 here. But right, I'm going to go down, so I've got 1,000 left, because you don't want to spend all your gold when you've still got to go and find some more loot. But right, done a few of those, so that's fine. How many have we got left? 17. Okay, so let's click up here. We've got a couple of rewards, nice and tidy, that gives us 5, and then sweet victory, that gives us 5 as well. Great. But as I've always said, save those gems for that you want to get the next builder. So we now have got a situation where we need some more loot. So let's go into here and go to single player. Let's have a look at 2 smoking barrels. It says level 4 probably needed. So on the face of this is quite simple. Got 2 cannons either side. The cannon on this side, you can't see where my finger's pointing, but you can see that the one cannon's a lot bigger. So let's start with a smaller cannon and just send in 4 initially, and we can kind of work out probably another 4. And see how that goes. That should be enough. Yeah, okay. Then we've got 22 left, so we can put in quite a few here. And that's going to get that cannon. So, it said you needed a level 4, Town Hall 4, I think it said. And you don't. You can do it with this level. The advantage to what I'm doing is I'm always chucking in a lot of troops, and that does make it easier. At this level, you don't have to worry too much about the costs involved. Further up, you might want to get a little bit more picky with how many troops you're using in each level, but for now, we're not going too bad, so that's great. So yeah, they're just going to finish off. We've got the loot. If they go up here, okay, yeah, thought there'd be a couple of bombs, so they've got those. But they're going to quite easily get that in the next sort of 10 seconds or so, which is great. So that's 2 smoking barrels done, nice and simple, with Town Hall 2 troops, which is great. So let's go back in to train some more troops. So that's another thing you've got to be aware of, is the cost of troops. If you're trying to do upgrades, you need to make sure that you've got enough money for those troops. So, yeah. Okay, so we've got enough for another couple of wall pieces, which is excellent. now we're in a bit of an interesting situation because I don't have many troops trained. Need to wait another 9 minutes to get those done. So we've got a full army camp of 30. As always, you could spend 13 gems, but it's really no point. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here, wait for that army camp to fill. Probably going to tell the dogs for a walk. Just to you might be able to hear them walking around in the background on our wooden floors. So yeah, tell the dogs for a walk, come back and carry on. And this is what I like about Clash. It isn't just a sit down and play for 2 hours game, which you can do if you gem and use lots of potions and stuff further on in the game to get the troops built, trained quicker. I think the joy in Clash of Clans is it's always going on in the background, and you just jump in for 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, just maybe do a couple of battles, use up some troops, set some buildings or defenses or something, upgrading, and then come back to it in an hour or so. So for me, if I wait and come back in an hour, that barracks is going to be upgraded, and then that's going to be it. It's just going to be the wall, and then we basically need a ton of gold at the moment. So I'm thinking we'll come back later and we'll try going in the multiplayer and see if we can find some people to get us. Because if you look on here, we've actually been attacked quite a few times, and they've been taken a little bit. Like this Parsifal got 2,500 and 2,000 respectively. So that's quite a lot of our troops. And that one again, nearly 3,000, 2,500. So leave it for an hour. We've got a 2 hour 50 window to give us a shield. So leave it now, come back, we'll have a full range of troops, and we'll also have that fully built as well. So yeah, see you in a bit. Hi everyone, and we're back for the 3rd time in this episode. So we have finished the barracks, and there's my happy dog just sleeping on the sofa. Right, so let's clear both of these out. How are we doing? 2,400. Right, let's do a couple more wall pieces. Now, what we've also got is 30 times 2. So we've got 2 lots of full sets of archers. So we're going to go to attack, and we're going to find a match on multiplayer. Now, there's only 300 loot here, so it's worth skipping. Now, the skipping is a really important thing that I didn't realise until very on in my Clash career. That was quite embarrassing, actually. So I always thought you had to go for the first base, but no, skip. This is good, 4,000, and you've got the cannons on this side. You've got most of the loot on this side. So if we start off by taking out this archer tower, which probably 10 should do it if we're lucky, maybe 11 or 12. Right. Then the archers are going to carry on and just take out most of this. Now the cannon will have a range, so if I put someone there, the cannon's going to take me out pretty quick. And it's quite tempting to just nick a little bit of loot from this base and not worry too much about this right-hand side of the base. Oh, a couple of bombs. That's another good tip. Just drop 1 troop at a time until you understand if there's any bombs there. If there are, that 1 troop will, sadly die. But the rest of the troops should be okay, because you can drop this in after it's done. And again, that tip-tapping you can hear is my 2 dogs walking around the floor. So, right. So this is taking a little while because I didn't want to drop all of the archers. So I'll drop a few more just to speed things up a little bit. You'll find there's also loot in the town halls and later on clan castles. So it's worth sort of seeing how you're getting on. But the loot's going up reasonably well. Now the cannon's in range. I'm going to drop a few more just because it's taking a while. So it is tempting to try to wipe out a lot of these. But yeah, so we got another 1,000 there, I think, from the town hall. Now, might as well use up our troops. Just get what we can from this. Fundamentally, I'm just going to be happy with what I've got. You know, I've got 2 stars. So let's end after there. So 2,600. So that was pretty good. So straight away, what you need to be doing is trading troops to make sure you've got a good amount. Now again, my dogs are going to be nice and noisy tonight. Sorry if you can hear that. Okay, so we've got another 3 pieces. Right, I think we're going to go straight back in. Oh. Oops, that was a stupid move. So what I did there, which is a useful reminder, and I'm probably actually going to... These dogs. I'm probably going to finish this episode on at this point, because fundamentally all I've got to do now is do a few more attacks, get enough gold to finish the walls, and then get the 4,000 gold I need to do the town hall. So, you know, that might take a little while. Let's have a collect. Oh, no, we've got enough. Right, let's jump back straight in. Annoyingly, going to have to just accept this first base. But luckily, look at the loot. This is really good. So, again, you've got the cannons on this side. So I'm going to go in this side and get rid of this archer really quick. And they've got a clan castle with some high level... Right, this is going to be a quick... See what I can do. So these balloons are going to really ruin me, fundamentally. So I'm going to draw them away with the single archer. And hope I can get a decent amount of loot. So this is not going to be as good because I had to draw them away. And, you know, it's actually a real shame. So yeah, I got a decent amount of loot. You know, 3,500 at this level isn't too bad, but it could have been a lot more, which is a bit frustrating. So let's keep to the archers for now. I'm going to introduce the other troops in a future episode. Right, another 3 pieces. Right, but yeah, I need to wait for those troops to go. So I'm going to finish this episode here. This has pretty much just been a playthrough. The big lesson here is you can always skip levels as long as you've got enough loot. So always go into a battle, not like I just did, but always go into a battle with enough loot so you can skip sort of maybe up to 10, 20, whatever. Make sure you got some loot there. So that's the lesson learned from this episode. So I'm going to keep playing away, just get those last wall pieces and get that town hall built. And then that will finish up town hall or level 2. On Clash of Clans. Hope you enjoyed this. This is Back to the Clash. I'm Andy. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this and comment below. See you soon.